Hello, good evening, happy Tuesday. Welcome to Blackness and Magic, the second season of Blackness and Dragons. I am the game master around here. My name is Jordan. My pronouns are she, her. My social media is at Lambertra on all platforms. When I'm not here playing this game with all these lovely people, you can find me hosting stuff on Smells Like Teen Angst with Kiki, or writing for Wingless Comics. And this summer I'll be in a game with DK. And I'm going to pass it to DK.
I'm DK. That's me. That's Lucy. She's decided she needs to be here for this. My pronouns are whatever, as long as you're polite. Let's say today it's bees, just to make things simple for everybody. You can find me at Atrocity Kitsch on Instagram and at my name with the letter I on Twitter. And you can also find me next month with Jordan doing a different game of pretend in a different platform. I'm going to throw it to my good friend Kiki.
Hi, I'm Kiki. When I'm not here, you can find me at Smells Like Teen Angst, where we discuss all the angsty news and television. And I guess on social media at The Life of Kiki, but I really don't post anymore because Panini life, like what am I supposed to do? But if you're looking for someone who doesn't post at all, you should probably check out my boy Mo's ass.
Mo's ass. Yeah, it's me. I don't post social media. I've aged myself 70 years over the pandemic, so in 1920s we had none of that shit. But you know what we did have in the 1920s? Afros, and guess who has the best one of us all? My boy Jeff.
Hey, it's me, Jeff. Trying. Just be here. This is gonna be happening all the time. You don't care about me. You came for this guy. What's up?
Is this a cat podcast now?
Yeah, this is just he's got his D20. So he's gonna just play, So I'm very happy to be here. Jordan?
So I'm going to put Jeff on blast for a second. For those of you who don't know, his cat's real name is Cisco. And every time I see it, I just start rewriting the thong song in my head. And I'm like, then pause. Anyway. Does anyone want to attempt to recap last week's episode for an adversity token? Oh, I didn't mention this. We are a Kids on Brooms stream. We were Dungeons and Dragons last season. This season we're Kids on Brooms. Next season, I want to just do this like an anthology, like American Horror Story. So we're going to be playing hopscotch. I don't know, some different game. Anyway, who wants to do a recap for an adversity token? Go for it, Kiki.
So last week on Blackness and Magic, we kicked it together as a crew and realized that we had some parallels. There were some kids locked in a basement at school, and Jeff volunteered us to go save them kids, even though I was like, fuck them kids. It wasn't Moses who volunteered us. I don't know, but someone volunteered us, which was not of my accord, and we saved the kids, and we got nothing for it, but an invite from Mariah Scary to go look at some stars with her.
So that's basically correct. In episode 2, DK and Buffy both took host shit with the bag lady. You guys learned how to do some joyful transfigurations, and DK got a familiar, a crow named Pitch, and Buffy got a sentient backpack named Jan. Y'all saved some kids from a basement. And yeah, you hung out, and that was the end of the episode. Y'all are gonna go look at some stars with Mariah Carey next. So the next few days after the incident with the kids in the basement, that was all the first day of school, by the way. All of that happened on one day of school.
It's going to be a good year.
So the next few days at Inglewood College, a high school for magical kids, they pass without incident. As students, you're starting to settle into your class schedules. You're starting to use your magic again and really hone back into it, because over summer, when you're in the non-magical world, you don't use it. So you're getting back into the swing of things. No more kids get trapped in basements. You all actually have been going to classes. Moses threw away his class schedule, so he's just kind of going to random classes. Nobody knows if he's in those classes or not. He just goes to them. And y'all have been learning a lot from Crya Mary and Papa Pope and Erica Badont and all of your other professors. And they are putting a lot of stress on the interdelegation magical tournament. And you know that next week you're going to have to start going to the library to research your potential projects. But tonight, Crya Mary has invited y'all to the astronomy lookout point to witness a rare constellation, and you all agreed. So you're in the dorms getting ready for your visit to the lookout point. DK and Buffy are on the dorms on the west side of the castle. Moses and Darius are on the dorms on the east side of the castle. And tell me what getting ready to go out looks like and sounds like and feels like. What do y'all bring with you? How are you preparing for this?
Well, I think 16-year-old me doesn't super pluck her eyebrows or anything. So I imagine that reduces the makeup time a lot, like most of it. So I think I'm probably trying to find whatever books I brought with me that might have something to do with astronomy or that might mention this rare constellation, not out of any kind of suspicion, but because I'm a teacher's pet. And even though she still kind of scares me a little bit, I want to impress her. So I've sort of just changed into my casual beret and pulled out my books.
Buffy?
You Jeffed it.
You Jeffed. You're Jeffed.
The first Jeff of the night.
Wow, Jeffed it. 6-year-old me is trying to send an instant message to DK about what she's wearing, but she's not getting back to me. So I'm literally talking to Jan, my backpack, about how much options she can carry, because I don't think I'm going to be like happy in this house sweatshirt all night with like these weird shoes. Like, I don't know. Docs are only so comfortable when you like wear them out.
And Jan says, yes, I can take the things. Put the options. Give me options.
I'm just like throwing clothes into Jan, and she's like making
just,
awful sounds.
Yeah. And she's taking all the clothes from you. Also, I love that you said an instant message. I already gave you one adversity token, but just, that was a good one. Darius and Moses. Y'all are both Jeffed if you're trying to tell me anything.
No, they're saying no after you.
Oh. These a-holes.
If you insist. I'm just drawing in my sketchbook. There are lots of drawings of anime versions of myself. This one is me as a Super Saiyan punching an evil-looking moon. Some might recognize it as the moon from Majora's Mask. Very scary, very evil. And then at some point, I'm just like, oh, I know instinctually that I'm about to be late for something. So my justice sense tingles, and it's like, time to get ready. And then I go to grab Moses.
And Moses, what are you up to?
I imagine I haven't changed my outfit since school started. So whatever I was wearing the first day of school, I'm still wearing now. Have I showered? Questionable. Have I eaten? Yes. Am I stoned right now? Probably. Most likely I'm found in a corner just looking outside of the window when Darius picks me up.
As much as I love a callback as a form of comedy, did this have to be the one thing that we called back from season 1, that Moses is not washing his ass?
I mean, I didn't tell you what I left in everyone's closets.
Oh no!
Oh, candy!
So Darius finds some Darius goes to grab a jacket out of his closet, and he finds some candy, and he's like, "Oh, thanks, Moses."
I'm gonna go, huh?
So everybody finishes getting dressed, and you all go and you grab your brooms. This is called Kids on Brooms. So we're finally gonna get on some brooms. We're gonna fly. So y'all get your brooms. Tell us about your brooms, please.
What did I write down?
My broom was found in the lost and found at my last school. So I honestly, it's damaged, it's taped up, but it looked like it belonged to a cool kid at some point.
DK?
I got my broom for my 16th birthday, and I painted it myself for the aesthetic. So the handle is mint green, and the bristles are lavender, and it's called Tough Break.
Nice. Buffy?
So my broom is the newest model that I begged for before starting this year because, you know, I'm almost done at this magical school. And I mean, she was kind of like the Maserati of brooms, but I also don't really know how to use her that well. But for the aesthetic, she cute, she black.
Are you that person who's driving a Benz in the slow lane, and then everybody gets mad and they're like, "Why you have that Benz if you're in the slow lane?"
Basically, I mean.
Darius?
I'm the person who has the Benz and is driving in the fast lane, and people are like, we should be mad at you, but also I guess it's fine because your car is fast. So definitely something that like just my parents were just like, here, you can have this. It's the most expensive one, so it's probably the best one.
All right, so y'all meet up. You have your brooms with you. You all mount your brooms. It takes Moses a little bit extra, but y'all get up in the sky and you fly away. You are across the sky having a grand old time, laughing. The moon's not scary. It's not the Majora's Mask moon. It's just a regular old pretty moon. It looks like Mac the Knife from the McDonald's commercials, if y'all remember that.
Deep cut.
Deep cut. And so you fly across the sky. It's lovely. And you reach the astronomy tower without any weirdness. Nothing happens, basically. It's just a nice little gentle fly to the sky in the evening.
Can I just say that as soon as you said we were getting on brooms, I was terrified you were going to make us do a check to not die immediately after mounting it.
I'm not that terrible, y'all. But wait, there's more.
Oh, no.
So you guys land at the astronomy lookout point. Cryo Mary's already there. The other students are there, and everybody's just kind of milling around. You know, they've got notebooks and whatnot to take all their notes about the constellation. A couple kids have cameras and whatnot. And Cryo Mary starts talking to you about constellations, and she's like, the stars are the blueprint for your personality. Astrology helps you understand the past. It helps you predict the future. It's all about patterns and road maps. And just studying the stars is very important if you want to be a skilled future predictor. As we say, divination is one of the most complicated but most rewarding forms of magic. And so the same way that she did with the tea leaves, she has you guys look up at the sky and start taking notes and see what you can gather from what the constellation is telling you. And it is a very rare one. It's one that you guys have never seen before. It kind of looks like a flower to some people, but everybody has kind of different answers about what it looks like. And so she's just basically kind of walking around looking or pointing out different things with her wands to some students and being like, yes, depending on where this constellation was placed in your birth, it may not have been visible in the sky that evening, but it does influence you. And she points at one of the other students and she says, I believe that it's influenced your heart chakra. You might want to drink more green tea to balance things out. And so you guys are all, you're trying to do the assignment. What does this constellation look like to you, Buffy?
I kind of see like a fat honeybee, and I'm just like, where's the flower? But maybe it's because my shoes are like pinching my toes. So I reach in Jan and try to find like a telescope or something. But Jan's a bitch, so she gives me a magnifying glass. So
Jan's a bitch. She gives you a magnifying glass, and then she also goes, "Bleh, for your feet." And it's a pair of New Balances.
so I whip on my Mojo Jojos and I'm just ready to go.
And Cry Mary comes over and she kind of looks at your notes and then she says, bees are very interesting. And she doesn't elaborate at all and just walks away.
The bees.
DK, what do your notes say? What are you saying when you look into the sky?
I feel like I see something a little bit different every time I look back up at the sky. Like the stars aren't going anywhere, but I feel like my brain is rearranging the information. Mm-hmm. I think the first thing I see is a heart, but like a real one, like a people one, not the Valentine's one. Anatomical, that's the word.
I wasn't going to say it and be a dick.
I was reaching for it. It's my favorite thing, and I couldn't find it. And then I think it probably, like, when I look back, it looks like something more innocuous, like a tree, like a big friendly oak tree.
So you've written all of this down, and Cry Mary looks over your shoulder, and she says, "This is a very astute observation, as the future is always moving and changing." And she starts to walk away from you, and then she turns around and she looks at you again, and she goes, "Eat more oatmeal." And she does not elaborate again and just walks away from you.
I know exactly what she's talking about, and I feel like my mom called the school.
Darius, what are you seeing? What do your notes say?
So my notes say scorpion, and then I'm like, why is it a scorpion? And then I like look and I do like one of these things, and I realize that I was looking at the wrong one, and then I cross it out, and I say it looks like a snowman that's like fallen to his side and like is melting, and like one arm is like, help me, I'm melting, but it's okay, I've lived a good life. And it is like a drawing of a snowman. Yeah, it's great. There's a lot to that. I didn't have to talk that much.
So Cry Mary like looks over your shoulder and she like grabs her wand to like point at your paper and like rearrange it a little bit, and, like looks some more, and then just like looks at you, and then she just walks away. Like she doesn't even give you notes. She just walks away.
No notes.
Moses, what do you see?
On my notes, I scribbled the deep, dark blackness of space and the vastness of emptiness. And underneath it, I have different bullet points of what's the meaning of life? What is the purpose of us being here? Why am I writing in this notebook? Did you eat today?
So Cry Mary comes to you and she looks at your notes and she says, "The stars have the answers to all of your questions, my child. Keep looking. Except for whether or not I've eaten today. I have eaten today. I had 3 lentils. Thank you." And then she walks away from you. And she keeps going to other students and looking at their notes. And then she pauses for a moment and she says, "If we could all gather around and form a circle, I think it will calm the energy here at the lookout point, and it will help us be able to see things more clearly." And so all the students go and they form a circle around her. And as she's about to start pointing, like some rogue clouds just roll through the sky and they completely ruin the view of the constellation. And some of the other kids are like, "Oh man." And they're super disappointed. And Cry Mary, she does not look disappointed. She just says, "Being practitioners of magic, we must learn how to be adaptable. I'm sure your potions teacher has told you that you can swap cinnamon or pepper in certain potions. If we cannot see the stars completely. We just must adapt to that. And sometimes we must wait. And she like looks back up again to see if the clouds are going to break, and they're not. And like some of the other kids start to get a little bit restless. And then she looks back up at the stars again, and like the clouds still haven't broken. You still can't see the constellation. You can see Mac the Knife. And she's looking up, and then she looks back down, and the same thing that happened in her first class that you guys had with her happens again. Her eyes roll back, everything goes white. She like her posture changes, and she just goes, "Montero is coming," in the deep voice, and then she fucking passes out.
Is this event canceled now?
Did the clouds just kill our teacher?
I told you guys, they keep telling us we can't say this Montenegro word, but we really need to like do some research.
I have questions.
Monterey.
Should we
Is the
check on her?
And as Daria says, should we check on her? She wakes up and she sits up a little bit, and she just says, "Oh, I'm not feeling well. I don't think I can fly right now. Can some of you help me to the infirmary?" And some of the other students volunteer immediately, and they grab her and they help, and they put her on the back of their broom. Like they form like a broom circle to be able to carry her safely to the infirmary. And while you guys aren't necessarily staying behind, like you also realize that you don't need to help her go. And so you guys get on your brooms and you start making a leisurely way back to the dorms, but you're all very much wondering what the hell is a Montero and why does this keep happening to your professor? And as you are flying, you don't get messed up by any of the cloud cover, but you do kind of have to take a different pattern because you're not necessarily trying to fly through any of the clouds. And as you're taking this different pattern, you start to hear something. It sounds like wings, like flapping wings, and it's much larger than any bird would be. And DK, you kind of send Pitch out to see if he can see anything. Sorry, Morgause. You send Pitch out to see if he can see what this flapping is. And Pitch comes back and doesn't say anything. And you hear the flapping get closer and closer and closer. And finally, you come across what's making this flapping. And it is a chimera. It's got the body of a lion. It's got wings. It's got 3 heads, a lion head, a dragon head, and a goat head. And it starts circling around you guys. And
why do we even go to this school? Why is this even an option? For there to just be for him to just be here.
Well, we don't know if it's dangerous. It could be a friendly goat, dragon, lion.
I don't know.
Thing.
I think he's hungry. He looks hungry.
And as he is circling y'all, the lion head says, "Montero needs your energy." And the dragon says, "Montero needs magic." And the goat says, "Montero needs to live deliciously."
Montero needs to come and ask me directly. I ain't going through no side bitch. And I'm gonna start flying off towards the school.
So roll for that. What would that be?
That'd be grit because I don't get
I guess. Oh, grit's your D20. So go ahead and roll for it. What'd you get?
3.
That does not beat what I had set it at, no. So you try to fly away, but since your broom's all taped up, it like literally backfires, just go poof.
Shit.
So you tried to put the gas on, you cannot put the gas on, your broom just backfires, and you go nowhere. What are the rest of y'all gonna do about this chimera? So this is how, pause. This is your GM speaking, not the narrator. As your GM, So the chimera has 3 heads. You guys are going to have to, I don't want to say defeat because that implies fighting. You're going to have to defeat or convince all 3 heads to leave you alone. However you would like to do that. And like I said, like we discussed previously, Kids on Brooms is not necessarily set up for combat. They more want you to like run away or solve things or that kind of situation. So same deal with the door. Basically how this combat situation is going to work is that you can decide to do, I see Lucy's butt. You can decide to do whatever
people are watching.
You can decide to try and deal with all 3 heads however you would like, and whatever stat you roll for, I'm just going to roll against you. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna, I don't remember our initiative order from last time. I'm sure I could look it up, but that would take a while on a slow computer. So let's just roll initiative really quick.
We roll our d20 for that.
Yeah, roll your d20. I got a 1, so I sucked. I'm last.
I got a 3.
17.
14.
Could have used that earlier.
16.
Wait, 17. DK was 16. And then Jeff was 14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess this actually works out beautifully since Moses tried to do the first move, which was running away, and his broom just backfired on him. I'm gonna let you have another action though. What's your next action, Moses?
Slightly embarrassed at my broom, which I've now called Louisville because the front of it broke off and the duct tape is just a Louisville baseball bat head attached to it. I'm gonna call it Louis for short. I turn and I face towards the chimera, and I think I focus on the lion because he looks like the coolest.
Mm-hmm.
And I use my charm and I say, look, I get that Montero's kind of like a big deal around here, but like, is there any way he could come talk to us directly, or maybe you can just relay a message back to him and we can talk about it later? I'm kind of tired.
All right, let's just roll against each other for charm, and that's your D12, yeah?
Yep.
All right. Ooh, what'd you get?
11.
I rolled an 11. Shut up.
Oh!
Oh, roll again.
Oh
Oof.
no. 7.
A 7 beats 4, and the lion says, Montero will see you when we take you to him. And he like licks his chops, all gross and hungry like. DK?
I am going to fly over to the dragon head, or fly so that I'm directly, well, no, I'm going to fly so I'm oblique to the dragon head because I'm not trying to die today. Just like on a diagonal, so I'm not right in the stream of its mouth.
Okay.
And I'm going to straight up ask the dragon my first question, which is, does it have to be us specifically that Montero needs? Or can it be just any student? Because there's a feast down there, is all I'm saying.
So you say that off of the top of your head. What stat were you using, by the way? Charm or?
Oh, shit. Yeah. I forgot
No. You know what? Don't roll for it at all. Because you say there's a feast down there, and as our reluctant oracle, our unfortunate oracle, whatever your trope is, you say that, and immediately you see the face of your missing friend, Juliet. And you kind of regret saying it. And the dragon just replies to you, and they just say, oh, we know there are other students.
You didn't okay. Thank you, Mr. Dragon.
Jeff?
So
Darius Jeff.
So the line is being charmed. the dragon. So I think the goat is the only one that's not currently being spoken to.
Yes.
Okay.
And he wants to live deliciously.
So I say, you're not gonna eat my friends. And then I go to punch the goat. Riding the broom, fist out. And I say some like magic words under my breath.
So before we roll for this, I just want to do a quick sidebar, and I'm sorry for the tangent, you guys, but my older brother, who I've talked about several times on stream, he watches quite often. He got kicked out of the LA Zoo as a child for punching a goat.
This is for you, my man.
So this roll right here is for Brian. What's your what stat are you using, Brawn?
I'm using brawn.
And that's your D20?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn. All right, let's go. Let's go for it.
All right. That is a 13.
I rolled a 16. So I'm going to say while you punch the goat and it lands, it doesn't do much. And the goat just goes like, brr, brr. That was not delicious. Buffy?
So after hearing the goat say that was not delicious, I figured he must be hungry. I mean, the lion was like licking his teeth too. So I rip off one of my New Balances and I decide to like try to transfigure it into some hay. And, you know, I just like cast a little spell. I'm like, hip hop, hooray, ho, hey, ho. And then a bushel of hay appears.
What stat do you want to use? Let's roll to see whether or not they eat it.
Charm.
Charm? That's your D20. Damn. Y'all choosing your D20 stats, trying to make this hard.
All right. That's an 18.
That was a 10. And so you have the hay and you hold it out to the goat, and the goat doesn't say anything. He just starts chomping. He starts chomping on it. And the goat's busy chomping. Moses, let's see, for what action do I want to take? The goat is busy chomping, and the dragon just starts monologuing, you know, like how villains do, like you've seen Incredibles or whatever. The dragon starts monologuing, and the dragon is like, we are not here to feed ourselves. We do the bidding of our savior, Montero. And Montero is hungry for magic. He needs your magic. And that's his whole turn. He's just monologuing. Moses?
I would like to use my brains for this one. Seeing how involved in Montero and like his life and how devoted this guy is to Montero, I'm gonna seize an opportunity on that to distract him by pointing directly behind him and saying, "What's that?"
To the dragon?
Yes.
Okay. And that was your brains. That's your D10?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I think I didn't pull out a D10, so I need to get a dice roller really quick.
Okay, so that's this one, right?
Yes. I think so.
It just gets blurry the closer I put it up.
Yeah, it's just worse. Don't worry about it. I trust you. Zap 10 sides? Yeah, it's your D10. Yeah, there it is. All right. I'm rolling. Oof. Woof.
4.
I rolled a 3.
Oh.
So it tell me what you would like to happen.
As the dragon starts saying those things, right before my turn started, I want to like just like very like almost exude some kind of like, not, I wouldn't say leadership, but just like, oh, that guy fucks. That guy right there, look at him. and just kind of like exude that just for the split second, knowing that that's not even close to what my character is. But as I use my brains and I like puff my chest out and I go like, well, yeah, what is his opinion? And I point straight behind him and I want him to look at absolutely nothing, and then maybe we can jettison out of here now.
So so that all works because you beat me, and the dragon turns around and he's like, what? What? And the goat is still busy munching, and the lion is like, bro, there's nothing back there. There's nothing back there, guys. He's a trick. He's tricking us. It's a trick. And then the dragon just turns around and he's kind of peeved and he just, and like steam comes out. That actually hurt my nose. DK?
I'm trying to remember.
You might have a plan, so I would love to know what that maybe plan is.
I was lying. I think I did have a plan, but I think I'm going to change my plan. I'm trying to remember what I know about Chimera, and also like trying to like sift through everything that this dragon has just been like shouting at us in the air. But I'm also considering the fact that at least 2 out of 3 of these heads are pretty bad for any of us if they get near us. And nobody knows where we are.
So, okay, so here's what you do know. You know that the Chimera works for Montero. You know that they want to take you somewhere. Whether or not they want to take you somewhere and eat you, or take you somewhere so Montero can eat you, that part is confusing. But the 2 facts that you know for sure is that this is a Chimera and it's working for Montero.
Okay.
Whatever Montero is.
Okay, so then my major concern is the fact that we are 4 teenagers. So I'm going to raise my wand and fire like a magical flare up into the air above where we are, hoping that it breaks the cloud cover and then it'll just spread through the clouds. So that there should be like an area of effect over us.
Ooh, that's good. What stat are you going to use for that?
I'm going to use brains because I sifted through information.
And that's your D20, yeah?
Yes.
Damn, you guys.
13.
Oh, I got a 3. So that works. You shoot your wand off into you raise your wand and the Chimera thinks that you're about to fire at them. And then you just point right up in the air. And the Chimera is not necessarily smart enough to figure out why you did that. So they don't respond in any kind of way. So now there is a beacon lit over all of y'all. And that's your whole turn, DK. Darius?
So the goat is munching, and I decide that this is the opportune time to strike it down. And I look at it and I say, you think that you're a goat? Well, I'm the greatest of all time. A thing that I just invented right now. That's a different kind of goat. See, because you're a goat, but I'm also, you see that? So I try to fight it, and that's a D10 for me.
Oh, God. All right. Go do your roll.
That rolled off my thing. Out. Roll in the thing. That is a 5, a +2.
Oh, damn. It's a 7. I also rolled a 7. And we're going to have to roll again.
Oh, no. That's crazy. Okay. Everybody, team, blow into it. The power of our friendship. And 4 + 2 is 6.
You want to know what's really shitty? I rolled a 1. I got that natty 1.
The power of our friendship gives me strength.
Made it worse.
I rolled that natty 1. So, sorry, chat's also being funny with me with my natty 1. So, what did you want to do now? Describe what happens, because you won that roll. So, just tell me what happens.
So the flare goes up, and all 3 of the heads look up. The goat still with hay in its mouth, and I just like charge up a fist filled with magical energy. And I just strike it as hard as I can, and then I'm like, cool. I'm just like, really just like, yeah, I did. I punched the chimera.
So you punch a chimera, and the goat just like shocked, and it's like, I wanted to live deliciously, and then it passes out. So now the chimera's flying around you guys still, and it's got two heads that are awake and ready, and the third one that's just knocked out. Night night, Buffy.
I'm gonna reach in my bag and ask Jan if she's got any crazy ingredients for a potion, possibly. I'm looking for a belladonna, but I'll take what I can get.
I was wondering how Jan was going to aid in this fight, and I am so excited. What stat do you think this is?
I think it's going to be brains.
Which is your D8?
Yup.
All right, let's go.
I got an 8.
So, okay, so what that means, this is so exciting, actually. So, in Kids on Brooms, the way that their system works is that when you roll the max number on that die, the die explodes and you get to keep rolling it. And what that means is, so, for instance, we're just rolling against each other right now, so it doesn't necessarily matter. But let's just say that I had set the AC to like 20. If you're rolling your 8 against a 20, even if you hit 8, 8 still can't beat 20. But you can roll 8 3 times to get 24 and beat 20. So the exploding die mechanism actually helps you when you're dealing with lowered stats. So just go ahead and roll it again since you already hit an 8, and let's see what happens.
7.
What's 8 plus 7 is 15?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd rolled a 7 anyway, so you're gonna beat me regardless. So you ask Jan for ingredients to make a potion, correct?
Yes.
And Jan just like kind of rumbles and she goes, try this, bleh, and throws out a bunch of random stuff at you, but it's all measured correctly. And you recognize like some ragweed, there's some apple juice, there's some vitamin C powder, some turmeric, a little bit of dynamite, and some black ink. And like you just throw it all together and you make a potion. What do you do now?
I pull my pocket stake out of my titty and I pour the potion all over it. And I ask the lion if he's hungry.
And the lion looks at you and licks his chops again, and he just goes, the goat's not the only one who wanted to live deliciously. and he like does, like when pets want a snack, he does that kind of thing.
And I just toss it over. like he's a fish at
Yeah. So you throw it, and the lion catches it in his mouth. And he immediately eats it, and it tastes good, but like if you've eaten a bad piece of sushi, the second you swallow and you're like, oh, that was not my best move, my dude. That's how the lion starts to look. He realizes that was not his best move. And so it's my turn, and I'm going to say that the lion immediately tries to throw up, and let's just roll against each other. I have my 20 in it, so can we use our D20s?
Okay.
Oof. That was an 11.
16.
Oh, 16 beats 11. So he doesn't throw up. It's just there. He's just not, the lion's not feeling good. He's got a tummy ache. His tum hurts. Moses?
I don't want to hurt his dummy. Night.
We can't reuse other ones, right? That we've used already in this
What?
combat.
You can't reuse your stats in your combat? Technically, no. I don't think.
That's fine. I'm gonna use my
I mean, here's the thing. You guys know that I don't really pay attention to the rules anyway, so you could lie to me and be like, I hadn't used that before, and I'd be like, all right, cool.
I would do that to my friends. But also, I do want to use my grid again. I'm going to use my fight.
Okay.
And I'm going to, using Louis, I'm going to try to fly up towards the lion and smack him with my...
Y'all are just smacking the shit out of this chimera. All right, so you're going to try and fly up to the chimera and slap him in the face? His tummy already hurts. You got to tell me. You're just demoralizing this lion anyway.
This fool, I was on my way home. He could have let me go. He got himself into this mess.
What'd you get?
I'm still rolling. 8. Hold on.
So the die explodes. Roll it again.
7.
So that's 15.
15.
Fuck, I am bad at math, you guys. This is embarrassing. That's a 15. I rolled a 6. You win. Tell me what happens.
I'm over it at this point because I wanted to go home. I wanted to see stars, and then we didn't see stars. And then I finally got my thing to start working, so I wanted to go home, and he wouldn't let me go home. So my pent-up frustration, I'm like, bro, we just gotta go. And I kind of do the step off thing, but instead of pushing him, I hit him with the button in my broom. Like, step off, bro. Let's go.
So you hit him with the button to your broom, and he's just like, oh. And then he burps really loudly, like the loudest, like a belch, like the loudest belch that you have ever heard in your life, like a deafening, disgusting belch. And it definitely smells. And then the lion, too, also falls asleep. So now the chimera, it's still flying, but like a little bit lopsided because, like it needs the 2 other heads for directions. And the left head and the right head are both asleep. So it's just the dragon that's awake. And it's just like lopsided flying.
Fly on, Puff Daddy.
It is now your turn, Morgause.
Okay. I think I'm going to use flight, which is my D10.
Mm-hmm.
Is this flight or is this grid? I don't know. What I would like to do is fly up to the feet, talons, whatever.
Yeah, the paws.
Whatever they have, and hang on by the ankle and tug, and just hang on as long as I can on the lopside, the side where the 2 heads are asleep.
So if I'm correct, you don't want to grab, you want to grab one of the paws to try and drag it down to the ground.
I just kind of want to hold it in place because I know that Darius is going to go after me.
Oh, okay. So I get it. So you want to grab one of the paws to try and basically keep it where it is, so then somebody else can punch the shit out of it.
Yes.
Gotcha. I would say what did you want to use? Brawn?
I was going to use flight because I'm on my broom, but I didn't know what it was, so I will use whichever.
Let's take a look at your sheet really quick. I am... this is very funny, and I want to give you a better chance of doing it. So I'm going to say it's fight. So let's use your D12.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know why.
Support her?
We're just rolling against each other, so I could still roll a 1 if we were rolling D4s, but whatever.
It doesn't help if I yell get up on the Hydra's back! Does that do anything?
I mean, I got an 11.
I got a 5, so it definitely works.
Teamwork.
I'm part of it.
So yes, you said get up on the Hydra's back, and then Morgause flies up. She grabs one of the paws on one of the lopsided sides, and just grabs the paw. And so now it's flapping, but it can't go anywhere. And the dragon head is like, what? And it doesn't say anything, and then it does a steam out of its mouth or its nose again. And now it's Darius's turn.
And then I'm like, okay, I'll get on its back. And so I roll to get on the its back. That is a 7. Oh, that's a D12 that I rolled.
You rolled a D12 and it was 7.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I rolled a D12 and it was 4. So you did like some Jackie Chan shit and jumped from your broom to the back of a chimera with 2 heads of the chimera asleep and one head is awake, and your friend is anchoring one of the paws so it stays in place. I'm going to give you a secondary action right now. What is your secondary action?
So I grab, as I like drop and sit down, my broom's in the air, and I grab it and I wrap it around and I try to choke the dragon out. And I say, I'm the goat. So, I rolled a 9, but I'm going to use an adversity token. And I rolled a 9 again. So that's 9 plus 1, which is 10.
I rolled a 7, so you get away with it. So this is how this is going to play out. So Morgause set up a beacon a while ago to try and, signal for help. And y'all have been fighting this chimera. And now Morgause has the paw in one, she's holding one of the paws so it can't fly anymore. You're on its back and you're choking it with its broom. Buffy and Moses are both looking at what's going on. Juan's up ready to strike. They don't strike yet because they're concerned about hitting either Darius or Morgause.
Can we be wrestling? I imagine that we're on the side like, get him, get him.
Yeah.
Get him.
Like y'all are hyped for
Get
sure.
him in the legs. Get him in the legs.
World Star.
Yeah, y'all are yelling World Star. You're super hyped, but you don't necessarily want to fire off your wands yet because you don't want to hit your friends. And as all this is going on, you hear noise in the sky, and you suddenly see Delroy Lindo and Papa Pope and the Transfiguration Professor, who looks like Viola Davis, our world's Viola Davis, fly up, and they all just look at what is happening, and they're all very, very shocked. And Viola Davis is the first one to speak, and she just looks and she goes, "What the entire fuck?" And then Delroy Lindo looks at you all and he's like, "Darius? Morgause?" Because he's very confused. Like 2 of his best students right now are wrestling with a chimera. And Papa Pope just looks at you guys and says, "We'll take it from here, chillin'." And he takes his wand out and, like, very carefully does a stunning charm. But he does it so slowly that it gives you just enough time, Darius, to be able to jump back on your broom.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't.
It's a backflip, just to be clear.
Yes, I will let you have that. So Papa Pope stuns the chimera. Morgause knows that the chimera is about to go down, so Morgause immediately lets go of the paw and, like, is on her broom, flying, hovering, and Darius, you do a backflip onto your broom. And so Papa Pope stuns the chimera and kind of puts it in a bubble to take it away.
Yeah,
and
get out of here.
Off.
You fucked up, homie. You fucked up, homie.
Don't swear, the teachers are here, dude.
Shoot.
And Delroy Lindo looks at the 4 of you and he just says, "I'm glad you're all right, but why is it always the 4 of you?"
He came at us.
Why are you victim blaming right now? We just got attacked by a whole 3-headed beast on campus.
Yeah,
Why are we in trouble?
Well, if my man's here, we would be dead. This guy's.
You're the one who gonna tell us about Montenegro, so this is just what keeps happening.
And the second you say Montenegro, Viola Davis's whole face changes. Like she was kind of like smiling, like she was proud, like, you know, the time, you know, when mom and dad are yelling at you and like dad is yelling at you, but mom is kind of like, that's my baby. She was kind of doing the that's my baby face. But the second you say Montenegro, she knows that you mean Montero. Her whole face changes and she just says, you should all go back to the dorms now.
Tell me twice.
I don't know.
And so you all just listen, and you take off, and Delroy Lindo and Viola Davis are close behind you, making sure that you do go back to the dorms. Papa Pope is off dealing with the Chimera. What is this? I know y'all are not just completely quiet. You're definitely whispering to each other, the same way that siblings whisper to each other after they've gotten in trouble. What's that conversation sound like on the way home?
They really tried to punk us right now.
Like, see my backflip?
Yeah, dog. Shit.
Yeah, I did a backflip. I've never done that before. I was just like, let me just do it.
Crazy, you know? Jumping on a goddamn Chimera. Like, what was that?
That was my shit. That was my shit.
Thank you for grabbing the leg. That
was the extent of the amount of help I was going to give in a fight.
Hey, you did the flare thing. That was cool.
Like, you're not gonna get any credit for making them sleepy.
No, you poisoned that line.
Everything has to be fighting.
Oh, the hay was poison. I thought you were just feeding them because they were hungry. Cool.
Yeah, it came after us. What the kind of shit?
No one understands me.
For real, why are we in trouble?
Right, blood in, blood out. I got put in. Guess what? Gotta pay the price.
And you all get back to campus safely. You land softly on the ground. Y'all are experienced flyers, so there's no like, well, I'll put it like this. Morgause, Buffy, and Darius are experienced flyers, so y'all land safely. Moses is an experienced flyer, but because his broom is actually a baseball bat with some hay taped to it, he onto the ground and bumps a little bit as he gets there.
Can I say that because I'm so used to trash, as I bump, I jump off the broom and land just fine, and my broom kind of scuttles a little bit, and I go up.
Yeah. We'll go with that. Well, I don't want to take your player agency away from you. So since you're used to flying on Louis, it's like when somebody drives a shitty ass car and they're doing all the like maneuvering and stuff, and you're like, this car cannot handle it, and they're like, I know my car. That's how Moses flies.
Come on, baby, let's do this.
So you all land safely back at campus. And before you can go inside, Viola Davis stops you very quickly. And she looks at you all and she says, Buffy, this beast, you said something about Montero. This beast said something about Montero, correct?
Yeah. He said, like, I'm taking you to Montero so I can live deliciously. And Montero wants you to twerk it for a 20 and just a bunch of crazy stuff.
And she looks at you and she's a little confused until she remembers that like teenagers are not reliable narrators. And she just says, thank you for that. Please do not mention this to anyone else. If anyone asks, you all got home safely and you had a warm drink underneath tree hee, and that's why you were not back at your dorms with everyone else.
Teacher Davis?
Yes, Darius.
Okay, so you said that you want us to lie, but what if another teacher asked us what we were doing? Then we'd be lying to a teacher? So are you saying that it's okay to lie to teachers sometimes? And if so, when do we know which times it's okay to lie to a teacher?
Truth. Preach.
I will be certain to relay this information so the other professors will not ask you about this. Please do not tell the other students.
They better not.
Okay.
You should know that Professor Carey keeps bringing him up. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but it's happened twice now, and that's why we were outside.
So when you say that, she like for real like does the, you know, sometimes how black women look so annoyed it looks like they might take their whole ass wig off. She looks like she's about to take her whole ass wig off, And she does the thing. And then she's just like, I will speak with Professor Carey. Thank you all so much. Yes, Darius.
Oh, well, I was just thinking it would be funny, like, cause like it was scary, but like, what if the Chimera was like, "Daddy, hungry for your magic," like, and we still had to like fight it.
And at that part, she just walks away, and she's like, "Go to sleep. Go to your dorms. It's lights out." And she's done. She is done with the four of you. That being said, she leaves you standing in the entryway of the castle as she goes off to do God knows what. Delroy Lindo and Papa Pope are dealing with the Chimera, so they're off God knows where. All the other students in the castle are at their dorms because it is lights out hours. What do y'all do?
Do you guys want to do something bad real quick? It's for a good reason. It's for a good reason, Darius.
I mean, I thought we were just gonna go have a warm drink by a tree. Hee. Really?
They're not going to tell us what's going on, and I'm not trying to get jumped on my way home again.
Are we gonna go to the library?
Yes.
Oh, I like reading.
Okay.
So you all agree to steal away to the library. And before you do that, I'm sorry, Moses, I'm going to take a little bit of your player agency away just for a second, for 1 second. Before you go to the library, Moses says, hold up, you guys. I got this thing as a gift and I think we should use it. And he pulls out this dope looking hoodie and he puts it on and he totally fucking disappears.
A gift from who? Who's just giving away? What?
I got it from Mr. D's.
And you hear his voice say that, but you still don't see him anywhere.
Where? Okay, come back. Just bring it up. Bring it in for a sec.
And he pulls the hood down, and you can see his head floating.
Okay, that doesn't make this less weird.
Your lookout for sure.
You sure about that?
I mean, you gotta have a way to like send us. Well, text costs a lot of money, but
Yeah, 35 cents text. I don't text anybody. I ain't ever gonna start texting anybody.
But look, if you take the lead and no one can see you, at least you can like, I don't know, bang on a wall or something if we need to hide.
But look,
I can send pitch with you, and you can just send pitch back if there's trouble.
I'm gonna lean over and look at Pitch. All right.
And Pitch looks at you and he's like, bird, bird,
Bird.
Pitch is cute.
All right, so you guys make a plan to sneak into the library. I'm assuming to look up Montero?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so y'all all plan to sneak into the library to look up Montero. Do your 30-year-old selves have anything to say about what they've witnessed tonight?
30-year-old me wants to know if Darius can still do a backflip.
Yeah, didn't you see my video on TikTok? I do like backflip stuff all the time.
No, I'll have to check it out.
Parkour.
Do you not follow me on TikTok?
Now
I don't know how to use
why
TikTok.
I always thought my cowboy boots kind of smelled like piss. Moses.
Hey, I don't remember doing anything to your boots. Were your boots the yellow ones?
What do you think?
I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know. And that is where we end this session. BK, while we're on camera, take an adversity token because next episode was going to be the library. And I already planned that. And you gave me the perfect setup.
Hey.
All right. Yay. That was Blackness and Magic, season 2, episode 3. So exciting. Next week, we will not be with y'all. I'm going to just tell y'all the truth. It's my birthday, and I intend to be at least 2 bottles of wine deep by 6:30 p.m. at that time. So we're going to take the week off so I can celebrate being 33. And we'll be back with y'all on the 15th. whatever the Tuesday after the 8th is. I don't know. But we'll see y'all then. I'm Jordan. I'm your DM. I love doing this every week. I love being Black, and I love sharing that and all that Black culture is with other people, because it's a very rich, vibrant, beautiful culture, and representation matters. And so this is just the highlight of my week whenever it happens, and I get to hang out with 5 really cool people and do this for y'all. So it's always awesome. And I'm gonna pass it off to my buddy Moses.
Ooh, thank you. I love doing this as well. It's great that we have such an amazing DM and an amazing ensemble cast. My pronouns are he and him. You can find me probably in this room on the weekends. Yeah. You know who you're not gonna find in this room on the weekends? Kiki.
I'm Kiki. I love doing this. It's super fun and breaks up the monotony that is being in front of a computer on Zoom all day. At least I get to do it and play games with people who make my life brighter. So when I'm not here, I'm probably on Zoom working. But you know who isn't working right now because they're on vacation? My boy Jeff.
Yo, what's up? It's me. I'm on vacation. I didn't get any work emails today because people are really good at respecting work-life boundaries. Jordan, it's weird because I told you that I was getting my second vaccination shot in a week, and you said, "Oh, Jeff, we all care about you, so let's take the day off for you so you can be well rested." Which is fine. It's just like we were all talking about how much we appreciate being a part of a team, and like trust is part of that. That's fine. I don't know. Whatever. You can find me OneBlackJeff, ONEBLACK on Twitter or Instagram. But you know who you can also find on Twitter and Instagram, and who has never betrayed my trust? DK.
No pressure. I'm DK. You can find me. Actually, no, real quick. I'm going to tell you a secret that I don't even think the cast knows. I have horrific stage fright. And last season, I used to have to text my sister during the episode so I wouldn't have a panic attack. And now this is the most fun part of my week. I have a blast doing this every week. So I'm really, really glad that I got invited to do it and I had to get over the fear. When I'm not doing that, I'm getting over other fears on Instagram, mostly fears of my eyebrows looking bad. You can find me at Atrocity Kitsch, or you can find me later on this summer on YouTube playing a different game. And back to you.
Fears are so relevant, girl.
Right. So 3 things. Number 1, DK, your eyebrows look legit. They're fire.
They were not cooperating today, so thank you.
Number 2, I forgot that DK's sister's handle is Crime Machines. So when Crime Machines in chat was like, DK is just okay, I was about to be like, who's talking about my friend like that? And like get all up, like get real gully. And then I remembered, I was like, wait a second, that's DK's sister. Thirdly, I keep trying to draw boundaries and not give out too much of Jeff's personal information. So while I knew he was being vaccinated, I didn't want to share that with the world. It's his business. I'm a big believer in like letting people have their business. It ain't everybody's business what's going on. So, you know, Jeff trying to make me look bad.
It's hard to make you look bad, but I'm going to try every week.
You're going to have to try harder. You're going to learn today. I'm kidding. It's really easy to make me look bad. I'm not that great. I ain't nobody.
I'm true.
Yeah, but I love that we're representing folks and doing our thing and getting over our fears together and just hanging out and being Black, because being Black is great. Hey. Anyway, you can also find us at the Q Times Discord. Speaking of the fist, we are the Q Times Discord channel with the Black Power fist. Clearly, that's our emoji. But we'll see you back in 2 weeks, 6:30 p.m. on Q Times. Until then, stay safe, have fun, get your vaccines if you haven't yet. That's very important. And bye.